What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Patriot Specialized. Today's episode, I'm gonna tell you why my life sucks this week, why my life turned into a disaster this week. And to help me tell you about how my life turned into a disaster, we have
Skippy
from Skippy.
Right across these plains and prairies, Rocky Mountain highs, fade off into the distance like ghost riders in the sky. Black smoke and white line, steel horses side by side. It's more than just a living, y'all. Hell, it's our way of life. We're the last of the cowboys.
Search and rescue and towing and recovery services from Skippistan.
We have the owner of Skippy's Towing and Recovery, who
dropped everything to come rescue Patriot Specialized. It's on the back. It's being piggybacked home by its namesake, Ghost.
we have Mr. Skippy, who is not only the owner, but he's also the sole operator for Skippy's Towing and Recovery, which handles all your elite towing needs in all of Skippistan. So he came and saved my butt. I spoke it into existence. It's Thursday, 4:18 in the afternoon. Right about now, I should be pulling into a truck stop about 30 minutes from my delivery. Instead, I am at a different truck stop. Luckily, I'm at a different truck stop about 3.5 hours from my delivery. I spoke it into existence, folks. We lost transmission. Everything was fine, rolling right along, no problems at all. Temperature went up a little bit, but nothing that was concerning. I talked to Eric about it, got his opinion. He said the same thing I did. It really didn't seem like it was too big of a concern. Trucking along, everything was holding steady just fine. And kaboom. I lost the big hole. Lost the 18th. She's rattling pretty good. Well, before I get into how we're solving that problem, I figured I'd show you the load. You guys just saw us putting it on the trailer. This is what we got. Drill rig. Well, it's not really a drill rig. It's a pipe layer. 65,000 pounds. I ran one chain all the way across for securement and then did off the tracks. Now, the one thing you'll notice about this is this thing is offset pretty bad that way. And the reason it's offset is because that is a giant counterweight. That thing probably accounts for 1/3 of the weight of the entire unit. So when you put it on and you're even, which I did, and put it on and you're even, the whole trailer's leaning this way pretty hard. It's leaning to this side. So we have to offset it in order to get the weight to be right and keep the trailer flat. And because we had to offset it so far, I wasn't super crazy about the way the tracks were. The tracks were kind of like leaning down a little bit, sagging. So I ended up putting my outrigger boards down and give that track something to stand on while we're running down the road. I'm pretty happy I did that. It it seems to have worked real well, and the thing is holding steady. So, and it's nice and flat now. It's not trying to sag any at all. So that was a good thing. We got the outrigger board on one side. Didn't have to do it on the other side, but that's what she looked like. And on the front, for securement, got our flags, widest portion of load. The other side's got the same thing. I did basically the same thing back here. I went one chain through the hitch and then one off the tracks on each side. Get half credit for those two. So we got one chain there, one chain here, credit, and the same thing on the back. So we got 4 chains holding in 65,000 pounds. Half of 65,000 pounds is 32.5. So we have 45,000 pounds worth of securement holding in what requires 32. Placement on it, I ran it a little further back because I'm running all 8 axles. Don't need to, but I did just to be sure. So with the 4 axles back down, we're running about 14,000 pounds per axle on each one of those back there. So that should be, that's why I placed it where I did, try to keep the weight back there, and then I could pull my pusher up if I needed to. But here we are, sitting in the truck stop. Lucky enough they had a kind of good spot back here that I can get my truck behind the trailer, so when my rescue truck gets here, he can hook to it. Now, let's talk about the rescue truck. This is interesting. So let me get back in the truck where it's not 92 degrees, and I'll tell you how we're dealing with this. All right, so the beautiful thing about where I work is everybody is always willing to help each other and willing to do whatever you got to take. So what is happening here, the best thing we could come up with, kudos to Nick, by the way, for approving this and thinking of it and being good at what he does. Skippy with Ghost happened to be on a load that got double booked, so he didn't have a load as of when all this happened, and we were able to grab him off of what he was going to do. He's running his trailer, dropping it down, and he's going to bounce down. He's going to bobtail down here, but the 5 hours down here, should get here about 9 o'clock tonight, I'm thinking. When he gets here, we're going to hook his truck, we're going to hook Ghost back up to the trailer. Tomorrow morning, we're going to run this load up there, get it delivered, and then we're going to run back down the 3.5 hours back down here. We're going to put Beast up on the trailer and have Ghost pull Beast back to the house. So that is, in reality, if you ever had a truck towed, which is what this would require at this point, we'd have to get this thing towed. So you're probably talking $12,000, $15,000 for us to have this thing towed up the 6 hours that it's got to go, and then that guy get back down here. It would be a mess. It would be a nightmare. So this obviously doesn't cost anything but whatever we're going to pay Skippy to come down here and do it, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. Unfortunately, I lost a load for next week. I had to give it back because I don't know. I don't know what the situation is going to be. I don't know if we got a spare truck that I can jump into and run a little lighter stuff for a little while. I don't know how quickly we get a transmission for this thing. If we want to rebuild it, I don't know any of that. So I'm curious to see what Nick comes up with for that and what we're looking for a time frame. But I had to get one load back next week. I have a potential Wednesday load if everything works out. And then the following week, I had 2 loads, 2 amphibious loads down to Camp Lejeune that possibly could be doing. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. We'll see what happens for a truck, and how quickly this one could be fixed. Transmissions, when you do a whole transmission, it's not a super complicated big job from what I understand. It can be done in a day. So if we happen to find a transmission and get it there, I don't know. And I don't know if we want to do that or if we want to rebuild this one. I don't know what the plan is. So we're going to see what happens. But as of right now, we are dead in the water. Dead in the water, but we got a pretty good plan to fix it. So, man, what a what a nightmare this week has been. I just, didn't see this one coming. We were worried about it, but I was really watching and paying attention, and it seemed like everything was fine. And then the universe said, nope, it's not fine. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're going to try to get this thing delivered tomorrow morning. And hey, Ghost is going to be back on the channel. So I know a few people are going to be happy about that. They like to see Ghost, and Ghost kind of has its own little fan club. So it'll be good to see Ghost for at least one day on the channel. So let's see what happens. What's up, guys? It is, make sure you can hear me. It is 9:08 p.m. Skippy should be here any second. He's going to pull around and get fuel. We're going to try to get him hooked up, but this has turned into a disaster. I don't know if you guys can see. My trailer's right here in front of me. There's this van over here that backed into the grass. That's not even on the parking lot. He's straight up in the grass. And then this guy parallel parked his way through here to get back here beside me. He's actually a pretty cool guy. I got out and talked to him, told him what we were doing, and that if he was planning on leaving before we were, he was going to be in bad shape. But this is a little indication of what truck parking looks like in the United States. So sitting here waiting for Skippy. Not gonna lie, guys. A little disheartened. Nope, I think that was Skippy. Little disheartened today. He's here. He's up there getting fuel right now. So he's gonna back up here. We'll get him hooked up to the trailer real quick, so we're ready to go in the morning. The plan is, there's two different plans here, and I'm not sure which one we're doing yet. One of them I'd really like to do, but I just don't know how good of an idea it is. The other one is most likely what will happen, but we're looking at, you can run in the dark in Kentucky with oversize. So we can leave here. Sunrise in West Virginia is a sunrise to sunset state, so we can leave, since I'm in Kentucky, we can leave here. We're an hour from the border. We can leave here at 5:30. Sunrise tomorrow morning in West Virginia is in the first city we came to. I looked it up. It's 6:30, so we can leave here at 5:30, hit the state line right at 6:30, right when curfew lifts, and that'll put us at delivery about 9 o'clock, which would be good. Get that thing kicked off, and then we can run back down here the 3.5 hours, load Beast up on the trailer. Probably take about an hour or so to do that. It's a little bit of finagling we're going to have to do, and I'll shoot some video on that. Get Beast up on the trailer, and then it's probably every bit about 6 hours back to the yard. The other option that we're thinking about is filling up, making sure the fluid level on a transmission on this thing is full, which I think it already is, actually. I don't think this is a fluid issue. I think we have two separate things going on here. Just so happened that one thing happened when it could be explained by the other thing. But I could be wrong, and we won't know until next week when Eric gets this transmission out. We're also, Eric is a little concerned about how he's going to get the transmission out from underneath the truck. He's probably going to have to tear half the truck apart in order to get the transmission out of there without having a lift. They usually bring it out between the bunk and the first set of axles, and I have a third axle there, so he can't do that, what he normally does, to get it out of there. So it's going to be interesting. to see how they do it, but and then see what exactly happened here. But the other solution, or the other thing we're thinking, is making sure that the fluid level is full, or as full as it can be, on the transmission, and then driving this thing, bobtailing this thing, take the load and bobtail this thing, because we're going 3.5 hours toward the shop in order to make delivery on that thing. And then once we get to delivery, we can take that off, load the truck up on the trailer there, load Beast up on the trailer there, and then truck it the rest of the way in. That would be, time-wise, that would be ideal. It'd also get the truck into Eric's hands tomorrow afternoon so that he can at least get an idea. I don't think he'll get the transmission out tomorrow afternoon, but he can at least get an idea of what's going on, and maybe start forming a plan for this. So looks like I'm gonna be in a spare truck for a little while anyway. So Skippy should be coming around here any second, so let's go up there and get this trailer hooked up. Well, any light we had, look at this shit. You probably can't even see. I will, I'm gonna go grab my flashlight and show this to you. This is ridiculous. I guess if you can't find a parking space, you just make one, right? Just drive through the grass, drive over the curb and through the grass. That's the guy said he works for, or drives for, delivers at Dollar Generals. So unbelievable. This is what my industry's come to right here. Waiting on Skippy to come around here. Apparently it takes forever to get fuel. We did have some light that we could work with to hook up the trailer until Slappy here decided that that was a good parking space, and we just drive up over curbs and stuff. And now the light that we had that we would have been able to use to see while we were hooking up, he's blocking it with his trailer. So again, I'll say this is the industry I work in. Trucking ain't easy. Oh man. Drive a truck, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Not much fun right now. There's Ghost. He must have saw the camera. This trailer is nearly impossible to back into in the dark. It is so difficult, so we'll see how he does here. Got to go over that way.
Okay.
About,
I line up on those.
if you line up the fender, the edge of the fender, with the inside of the frame, the black part on the frame,
Okay.
that should hit it perfect. But I got to drop the trailer down a little bit too when you get close, so I'll stop you.
Okay.
Just a touch. Is your air dump?
Yeah, I'm all in.
Put airbag in it.
I don't have anything. I don't have any lights and stuff.
Your air is your suspension air.
I'm all the way aired up.
Are you?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a problem. Let's give it a minute, let it adjust.
Okay.
Ugh. Well, crap.
I will be the last to fall.
Here we go.
I won't shed a tear for them to see. I won't have your name to call. 'Cause I will be the last to fall.